and welcome to another musical-filled episode of Movie Match Reviews on YouTube. Today's review is another installment of 2 copies, where I review 2 copies of a movie and note the subtle differences. For instance, or what is the same and what isn't, and all that. The Happiest Millionaire review was one where it was kind of a cheat, because there was a version that had screened in New York that cut the original ending, and Disney was sanctioning that on home video. I didn't have that version, so it was a pilot, and I was doing the 2 versions that were released as roadshows. But the reason why I say that is because prior to that, Disney had did the roadshow vein before with his next feature, either before, after Pinocchio. The film in question was Fantasia. I had done some reviews on the Fantasia franchise in the past, and the movie was released in fall of 1940 as a roadshow, compromising a 15-minute intermission, narrator interludes, and interludes and animated segments. Fantasia had been released in various versions and various edits over the decade since its original 1940 playdates, and it wouldn't be until 2000 where they would release the original roadshow version to home video. Now the film was roadshowed in a format called Fantasound, where it would be an all surround sound system. The later releases would be in mono, which made it easier to exhibit. So there were numerous versions of the film, but the common release would be in 1946, and that's the version you'll find here. Here, the 1991 VHS, which was only struck after the movie was reissued at the theaters and drive-ins in this version. It touts that it was most celebrated, acclaimed, and most requested film is finally here. Well, it was critically acclaimed and it was requested. Instead, Fantasia, this extraordinary blend of magnificent music and classic Disney animation, is an exhilarating sight and sound experience that has emerged as a milestone in the history of motion pictures. Featuring a host of unforgettable images, including Mickey Mouse as the Sorcerer's Apprentice, Fantasia has captivated the generations of moviegoers all over the world. The breathtaking beauty, electrifying power, and very special magic of this timeless masterpiece are now yours to enjoy in this meticulously restored version of the original full-length film. See the music, hear the pictures, and share Walt Disney's greatest triumph, Fantasia. Now, description is true to an extent. Hold the runtime. 120 minutes. Next. And the reason why is because the animation segments are restored to their extent, but the live action sequence isn't. The intermission is gone too. And the title card that we see during the intermission is actually moved to the top of the movie. Walt wanted it to where the movie began immediately with no credits or logos or any kind at the top of the movie or at the end. But this was the original 1990 release of the movie on VHS. That's how they did it back then. Snow White was released on home video following its 1993 theatrical release, as was Pinocchio when it was re-released in '92, as was The Great Mouse Detective with restruck title and credits. The originals would not be restored until later. And in 2000, following the release of Fantasia 2000, Disney eventually decided to reconstruct Fantasia to the original roadshow length, resulting in this DVD here. It's the special 60th anniversary edition, and it touts it's Walt Disney's original uncut version. It says, for the first time ever, Fantasia is available on DVD in a special uncut edition. Restored and remastered, the special 60th anniversary DVD truly captures Walt Disney's unique inspiration, complete with the original roadshow intermission and narration, which have not been included in the film since the original theatrical release. Again, runtime 125 minutes. This DVD is the original theatrical roadshow release, complete with the original intermission card and narration. The intermission falls at the same spot as it always has been following of The Ride of the Spring, but the only difference is the narrator's voice is dubbed throughout. And they said that when they were going to restore the movie again for this release, and they were going to try to do it at Walt's original vision, they found that the materials for the roadshow release that Deems Taylor were recorded had been damaged or decayed beyond repair. So it was one of those reverse cases where the footage was okay, it was just the audio wasn't, so they were him throughout to provide consistency. That makes the 91 VHS release of the movie harsher in hindsight, because that would be the final release that would include Taylor's genuine vocals. And one difference that spans both releases, the Pastoral Symphony had a character named Sunflower, and she was deleted from the movie after the 1969 release, and has not been restored back into the movie. You'd think that with the 2000 DVD touting it as Walt Disney's uncut edition, they would restore the original print of Pastoral, right? Wrong. They didn't do it. So, like I said, that's the uncut version, but it's uncut to an extent. So that was 2 copies of Fantasia. You can check the channel for my previous stuff. And the next video will be about whether or not expanded universes should be taken as canon. So that's Movie Matt signing off.